closer to the mic. I'll get to everyone, but we'll try to keep it close to the mic. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever considered running for a presidential election in 2012?
President?
Yes.
I've considered it. I've thought about it. And I'll be very honest. As an independent, the cards are against you because you'd think it was a universal thing. If you're running for president, every state to qualify should be the same, correct? But it's not. They do that on purpose. Every state you have to jump through different hoops to get ballot access. And when you try to get it, the Democrats and Republicans will bring lawsuits then to tie you up in court so that by the time you get through with court, the election has already passed you by. That's the system they've created to keep anyone else out of the game. It's like playing a football game and they get to be the referees and they can also change the rules at halftime. You know, that's what you're up against. Right in. Well, other than that fiasco, unbelievable in Alaska where it worked, I have never, ever seen a write-in candidate ever win. But Alaska did give me a slight ray of hope because it happened up there. But let's remember, those are Alaskans, and there's not exactly as many of them as there are Californians or the rest of the country. Smaller numbers, you'd have a better chance. The bigger numbers you're dealing with, the more difficult it would be. Now, saying that, though, the libertarians, which I am kind of I like to refer to myself as libertarian small l, not capital, because the true libertarian believes there should be no government. That's an anarchist. I understand that there should be at least some government, that government does have a role. The other part of that question of will I run is this. Being president's an oxymoron. What I mean by that is that you stand for freedom, but you yourself have none. When you hold those jobs, you give up your freedom. It's gone. And I like my freedom. I like living in Mexico now because down there I'm just a big gringo. Nobody other than being a big guy, they'll look at me, but they don't know who I am, And I enjoy that right now after the career I've had. So it would require me to have to want to, as I like to refer to it, it would require me to want to go back to jail. Now, not saying I won't do it. And I'll tell you something else, honestly. Before I put my butt on the line, this country better show me it's worth it. You better show me it's worth it this time. I've already done 4 years as a mayor, 4 years as a governor, and 6 years in the Navy. That's 14 years of my life I've given to the public. And to do that job, I need to know it's worth it. And right now, the people of this country are not showing me that. They're starting to. I like the protests in Wisconsin, and I like how things are stirring up. But in order for me to win, we got to think revolutionary. In order for me to win, you got to be ready to elect Che Guevara. Because I will change things if I won. What would I do? I'll tell you what I would do. First thing I would do, I would cut defense spending, which is something I don't know if you can win off that because they use fear on you. That, if you cut defense spending, we're all going to get killed. We're all going to be. Well, I would close every base we have throughout the world, and I would bring our young men and women home and back to our own country, and we would defend our country from here. We wouldn't be colonizing anymore or creating this empire. We're following the Roman Empire right now. So that would cut spending. If you're truly going to balance the budget, you can't do it without cutting defense spending because that's the biggest thing out there. And how many times can we blow up the world? We've got technology. You're at Google here. We got technology now and the weapons we don't need. Why do we have 50,000 troops in Germany, 50,000 troops in Korea, 50,000 troops in Japan? Seems to me those wars were over 50 years ago. Why do we still have troops there? So, those are a few of the things I would do. You'd call me radical, I guess, because I would not be doing what mainstream does. I'm so disappointed in Barack Obama. I really thought he's a dynamic speaker, but I really thought there's no change. I can't tell the difference between him and Bush, just that he can read a teleprompter. But other than that, I don't see any change. And so also it's difficult. He's an incumbent, and as an independent, that's tough. You're better off when the incumbent leaves and when the election's open, which would be 2016. And by then, I'll be that much older, And I don't know if I would have the energy at that point to want to do the job. But it's hard to beat an incumbent, people. Very hard. When I ran for governor, it was because there was no incumbent governor, which opened it up for me to do that.